is that the losses are very small. As a percentage of the N applied, it's not very much, it's less than 1%. But of course that's as nitrogen as nitrous oxide, and it is a very effective greenhouse gas. So when we're looking at budgets using organic manures and biosolids, if we don't take even that very small loss into account, we could completely misunderstand the climate change mitigation of applying that loss to land, that manure to land. We made a review for our Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, where we looked at the impacts, the increases in soil organic carbon of these various materials applied to land. These were the application rates, and this was the potential increase in soil organic carbon in kilograms per hectare per year, tons of dry solid. And so there is an increase in soil organic carbon from applying these. Digested biosolids is the biggest because they've been digested, and so a lot of that carbon has already gone back to the atmosphere in the digestion process. And that's another thing we have to remember, that if we compost manures, if we compost waste material, we lose a huge amount of carbon in the composting process. But there is some build up in soil organic carbon by applying these materials. And if you think that much urban waste from gardens, from trees, from parks, that was just discarded years ago, composting it and using it back to land must be good in terms of carbon and in terms of sequestering carbon. So there's some real benefits there. Crop residues, we reckon that about 22%, so almost the same as the manure, about 22% of the residue that's applied is retained by the soil, and most of that residue is mineralized and returned to the atmosphere within the first year. It breaks down very quickly. If it would have been applied to land, which a lot of it is, then even if you apply it to another farm, there's no real sequestration benefit. The only benefit would be, as we used to, if we burn the straw. And in Britain, that was banned well over 15 years